Hi guys, doing a thing on this the floods. These floods. I don't know if it's blood over intent that gives you the eyes to see, or if it just, as you become more aware, you just question everything and you look at everything differently. But even I was watching the eclipse, and this guy did a great video on this thing. How this I don't know, he just did this thing about how to shade the sun in this project, or a light, and it was just like the eclipse, and he showed where the source of light was. It was pretty amazing. Anyway, back to this Texas, or this is it Texas, Houston. So I'm watching the news, and just this morning I'm just getting a coffee, and this news reporter didn't know he was on. It was Fox, and maybe you can still see it on, maybe it's on YouTube, it was live. And he's standing there, and it's like this. It's like dry behind him. It's just everywhere is dry. And they're like, "Are you there? Can you hear us?" And he can't. And I see the cameraman like telling him, "Stand over there, stand over there." So he's moving, and he's got half dry and half water. And somebody must have told him, "No, keep moving." And then they zoomed in the camera, and all you see is him and all this water. No dryness anywhere. So they start interviewing him, and oh geez, conditions, da, 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 da. And it's funny, so it's not wet, it's not raining or anything, and yet there's raindrops all over the camera. It's like, hey cameraman, it's your job to make sure your equipment's clean and it's a good footage, or whatever you call it. Clean your friggin' lens. What are you doing? Anyway, it's just, you start looking at the shit and you go, come on. It's just, and how people don't have eyes to see, it blows me, it baffles me. It's just, I'm like, you want to scream when you're watching, look, and you don't want to freak out the people you're standing next to. Anyway, so that was that. And then yesterday I'm watching all these boats in this river. Like, and it's next to a highway, and there's cars on the highway, and they're going fine, but all these boats, river, and they're out in like kind of the woods or something. And I'm like, who are all these people they're rescuing? Were they campers? Like, we're out in the woods, and it makes the people in wheelchairs and stuff that aren't wet, and they're like carrying them up. And then I look at another picture, and so behind them is like the road, and they're all walking towards the cameraman, but the road's 50 feet behind them. It's all dry, and yet they're all walking towards the cameraman. I'm just blown away. It's comedy at its best. And then another one yesterday, which was really good. This girl's sitting on top of her car with an umbrella. And they're like zoomed out, and they're like, oh, look at this poor girl stranded out there. And then they pan over to a guy, a reporter, and he's standing next to her, interviewing her while she's on top of her car. And I'm like, and the people next to me, some guys at work, I'm like, what is going on here? Oh, he's in a boat. I'm like, he's not in a boat. He's standing there in a foot of water, yet this girl's on top of her car, stranded. He's interviewing her. Well, why doesn't he help her out and get her to the shore and then interview her? So, I don't know. People, you can see or you can't. And it's not what you see. It's, how do you say it? It's not, in the car business, it's not what they say, it's what they don't say. So it's almost the same with all this trickery. It's like, don't look at what they're telling you. Look beyond it. So those with eyes to see can. Those who can't, we're the idiots. According to all of them, we're the idiots. So I guess I'm the biggest fucking idiot ever. All right, love y'all. Bye.